How can you become a confident speaker? The number one question I get asked by my students, my clients, in my comment section is, hey, I want to become a confident speaker. How do I do that? Now, I've spent the better part of a decade trying to figure out the answer to this because I wasn't a very confident person. And I feel like I've finally come to the definition of what it takes to be a confident speaker. What is a confident speaker? Now, I used to think if I want to be a confident speaker, I can go out and acquire the skill of speaking in a certain manner. I have the best vocabulary. I know how to pause. I can use my gestures. All of these individual elements that when you combine them, they make me a confident speaker. But something funny happened. After half a decade in, learning all these skills and getting really good at public speaking, I still didn't feel more confident. I had the skills, I had all the individual traits of being a good public speaker. Why don't I feel confident? And it's because I never asked myself, what does a confident speaker look like? What is the definition of a confident speaker? So here is my definition. You are a confident speaker when you believe what you are saying. You are a confident speaker when you believe what you are saying. And if you just want to expand this definition to confidence, it could be you are confident when you believe in what you're thinking about. You believe in the things that you do. That is confidence, just having belief. So if you're talking about a subject, you have a presentation, and you haven't rehearsed, you don't know the material, you put the slides together the last night, how can you expect yourself to be confident when you don't believe in the topic? You don't believe that you can do well simply because you don't have the preparation. So if we just looked at how can you be a confident speaker under that lens, how much do you believe in what you're saying? If you're in an interview and they asked you, hey, tell me about a time when you worked with a difficult coworker and how did you handle that situation, and you can't think of it and your answer is yeah, so I did this and then that and that's what happened. You can tell just by my delivery that I'm not a good public speaker, but also that I don't believe in what I'm saying. I just don't have that belief. And oftentimes it's because we haven't had those experiences, we're not skilled enough at something, or we just haven't taken the time to practice and rehearse. So for you, if you're asking yourself, hey, how do I become a confident speaker? I'm not a confident speaker. I want you to ask yourself, what belief do you lack? What are you talking about on a day-to-day basis? And what is the gap there? So if you feel like you are presenting on a certain topic at work and you don't know what you're talking about, can you fill in that gap with experience, with knowledge, so that when you do talk about it, you believe that you know? So for example, if I asked you, hey, what did you eat for lunch? You're not going to feel a lack of confidence because the only person who knows the answer to that is you. So if I said, hey, what did you eat for lunch? And you say, I had a sandwich. You wouldn't say, I think I had a sandwich. You wouldn't say that because you believe in what you're saying. So if you feel like you want to become a confident speaker, one route is, I want to acquire the skill of public speaking, which is great. It will make you a good public speaker. But even if you have no filler words, you have the best gestures, your vocabulary is amazing, but you don't believe in what you're saying, people will sense it. People will know. I could start talking about rocket science right now as if I have a PhD, which I don't, and my words could be all nice and polished, but you're going to feel it. You're going to feel that I don't believe it. Because good communication is not just about communicating words, it's about communicating emotion, communicating passion, communicating enthusiasm, and you can't do that unless you know what you're talking about. So if you want to be a confident speaker, yes, work on the skill set side of things, but also you have to have the belief in what you're saying. You have to believe in what's coming out of your mouth. That's the only way that you can define yourself as a confident speaker.